Hey, 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 it's Toucan Day. So excited to be drawn to Toucan. So I'm gonna give you guys, what I did, because I like when I do my full picture, I give it a border. I'm gonna give you guys a little trick on how I do this. So I usually take, let's say a full sheet of paper. Let's say this is a full sheet. Then I take, so the full sheet's like this. Then I take the full sheet and I put it on top of it, and then I make a line, and then I cut off the extra. So then I have a perfect, because if you do like this to this, you get a perfect square. And then I take a ruler and I go around, and I just think it makes it look so crispy and lovely. So if you guys need to take a minute, pause it, make your perfect square paper. You can go around the outside, make a line, and come on back. If you don't want to do that, that's great. Okay, so we are gonna start with, right here, it's gonna be like an egg shape right there. So you're gonna come in, draw, this one's a pretty long egg shape. Okay, it's a pretty big egg. Then off of that egg, we're doing this massive beak. Oh, guys, I got some great fun facts today. I mean, I learned lots. They were awesome. So love learning about things. Okay, so you're gonna come from here. We're gonna be making this big giant beak. So we're gonna come out and then bring it down. So from down here, we're gonna come out and then we're gonna point it. You see how it has that little point on the end? That's great for digging and food, okay? And right here, you don't wanna go in the middle, you wanna go kind of on the bottom. Make it as straight as you possibly can, and then you're gonna bring it down. Perfect, we now have a beak. Now it has this big black marking in the end, so we're gonna draw that in there. So now you have the end of the beak. And let's bring this in a little bit. So we're gonna just kind of clip that off so it doesn't look so rounded. And then right here, I'm gonna bring this out so it kind of gives it a little bit, not so it's straight, okay? Now, the detail in here, from here to here, it has a line and then it has another black line. So this is gonna be all black in there, and then we're gonna be shading this, the yellows, the reds, the oranges. Okay, to the right, to the left, we are doing a circle. Try to make it as round as you can. Wow, mine's not really round. And then we have the shiny. And then side, we have the pupil. So we'll be sharpening that in, but we have it there. Mine looks a little mad right now. Sorry. Oh, we gotta name this guy, right? Tucker. Tucker the toucan. All right, introducing Tucker. Okay, we're gonna do the back of him. So from right, this on his beak, we're gonna make it go around the eye, and then you wanna bring it down. And then, you know what? Because this looks kind of funny right here. Let's just connect this. Because it looks like it's barely hanging on. So we're going to bring this over. Okay. And then underneath, I'm not going to Sharpie this part, but you're going to see we're going to be making that all orange in there. Super job. Look at that. Okay. So now we're going to do his body. We are going to, from here, we're going to do a nice, oh my, hold on. Let's try that again. Making an oval, come down, and bring it back up, okay? That's his little body there. And then now, right off of his body, we've got a nice wing. So right when it comes together here, bring this wing, and then he's gonna bring it down. Super job. So now, let's see. What am I gonna do next? I guess we can do this one, but we're not gonna bring it all the way down. So we're gonna bring this out. That's the other wing. And bring it in, and we could just stop right there because we need to finish that up. All right, let's put the branch in. So the branch, okay, we'll put the feet in. So right here, we're gonna be having his feet. I know they look really funny. They do have funny feet, they really do. And they're kind of purple, which is funny to me. So you can erase in there. Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna make this branch. So you're gonna come from here and just bring it to one side. And we can make it, you want to make it not perfect because it's a branch. and then it's gonna go through, and then you're gonna bring it through to the other side. And this we're gonna make go through. And you're gonna erase in there, because we don't want that. Okay, we'll finish that puppy off. Good job. So behind here, we're gonna do his back tail. So it's gonna come in, jump over, and then you could just make a curvature at the bottom and then bring it back up. This actually, we're gonna connect that. We can erase in there. That looks awesome. Okay, so we're gonna bring this over and bring it back in. So now the fun part is we can put branches off there. So I'm gonna make a branch coming right off of here to the other side. Since it's a smaller branch, we're gonna make it smaller. And then we can erase a little to connect it. And to make, we wanna make it look connected. There. You're gonna have one here coming off. So you can erase in there. And this one, we're actually gonna add a leaf. And then we'll add off of this one a leaf. So we're gonna making this one come out, and then there's gonna be a leaf right here. So you have to erase in there so it looks like it's coming off of that branch. Need this sharpened, but that's okay. So this one's gonna go off the page. Whoop, and so bring over off the page. And then when we color in, we're gonna put lines in between, or make some darker, some lighter. So stay with me so we can get this looking awesome. This is definitely, I think, a refrigerator picture. Yes. Yep, or a bulletin board. So let's do the ones over here. Whoa, pencils. Okay, so we have this one that's coming up, so it's gonna branch off of it. And then we're gonna have two of them coming off. So there's one, and then we're gonna have another one coming off. Two. You guys can make your leaves as big or as small as you want. They don't have to look exactly like mine. I'm just showing you how I did it. So we have some more branches coming off. So we got a branch coming off here. We're gonna make this go off the page. Okay, and then we have another branch just going off into the side of the paper. So we don't get to see where it actually goes. That looks awesome. Okay, we're gonna add leaves in here. So let's start at the top ones. So we'll go in this corner. We're gonna add a giant leaf. And I'm gonna put one right behind it. And one right here. One's gonna come off the top. One's gonna go right here. One here. One right here. One here. And then I'm gonna do smaller ones. I know they're like floating, but it just kind of gives it that artistic look. You guys can put them wherever you want. Some are gonna be, these little ones I'm just gonna color all the way in. Good job. Okay, we have two leaves coming off here. If you guys can see this, let me bring it over. Okay, we have one that's coming behind. And another one. And then we have a little baby one right here. A little baby one right here. All right, let's go over to the other side. So right in here, we have one that's coming off the page. One that's right here. And another one here. Here. And a little one here. And none off the page. Look at that. Bam! We did it. So now you can take your handy dandy Sharpie and let's Sharpie. Now we're not going to Sharpie this part, but you can Sharpie the rest. So we're going to go with the eye. Let me see if I can Sharpie this better than I drew it. All right, looks good. Put the pupil in there. All right, so the fun facts that I've learned about today, and I've actually got 2 jokes. Should we start with the jokes? Deal. Okay. Why did the toucan stop using his phone? He got a large bill. Yep. All right, I have to turn my page a little because it's so hard for me to Try to make a straight line with a funny angle. This one's gonna go up. Super. Okay, another joke. This one you have to think hard about. How many toucan can live in a tin can? Toucan. I actually really like that one. I'll say it again. How many toucan can live in a tin can? Toucan. You gotta say that. Tell somebody that one. That one's a good one. I'm not gonna forget that. All right. So what did I learn about them? Toucans live in tropical regions, which we all knew, mostly in Central and South America, in jungles. There's his. And I got this. I outlined him, double outlined. Not only the toucan. Only him. Okay. Great job. We're just cruising here. What else have I learned? Toucans have the longest bill or beak of any bird in a relationship to his body. Yeah, I have not seen any bird that has a beak like that. That's awesome. So you're thinking, man, I bet they are so heavy. I mean, they're so big. But despite its size, the toucan's bill is very light. It is made of keratin. Do you know what keratin is? Keratin is the same stuff as your hair is made of. And go to take a strand of your hair and feel how light it is. Or even a big wad of it. It's pretty lightweight. So it's made out of the same thing as your hair. And inside the beak, it's almost like honeycombs. So it has lots of like cheesy air pockets. Swiss cheese, you know, honeycomb air pockets. So it's very lightweight. So it can swing that around and it's not like, oh, this is giving me a headache. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. And you're like, why do they have such big beaks? Like, what are they used for? What is it good for? Well, these things are good for digging and fighting. Yep, they can fight other birds. All right. Moving along. We can get this done. We can do it. Yes, we can. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's Dora. I know. Also, the large beak, they think, because it has like that honeycomb shape inside and it's very lightweight, and the large beak keeps it cool because it lives in very hot tropical jungles. And like probably the air, cool air can go in, cool it off. That's pretty cool. I have only seen a toucan like at a zoo, but I think I've seen one at a zoo, so I'm pretty fortunate there. Woo, moving along. Almost done. Dun, 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 dun. Almost. All right, so you can come in with your eraser and erase any of these lines you don't want to look at. So I'll let you guys take a moment and do that. You can erase any lines. I'm not going to go through the effort erasing all my lines, but let's just pretend I did. And we're going to start with our colors. So the colors I used for, let's do its eyes first. So I used blue. Let's get the blue out. These are all my colors. I keep them in my hand. I like that. Let's put it right there. I'm going to make it darker at the top and dark at the bottom, and then I'm going to lighten it up right in the middle. That looks cool, okay? It's the only blue you're going to use. We're going to have purple is going to be for its feet. I know, purple feet. That is awesome. Okay, now let's get out your handy dandy orange. I think I used a darker orange here, but that's okay. Light orange works too. And we're gonna go around the eye. Okay, so their beaks are strong. They can dig and fight. Not only are their beaks long, their tongues are long too. They can get up to 6 inches long. But I guess you'd need a long tongue because you got a long beak. Great job. Okay, so with this orange, let's just continue using it. I am gonna go start from here. I'm gonna press down really hard right in that center there. And as I'm coming up, I'm gonna get pressed less and less on my pencil so it looks like it's fading. You see how it fades like that? Because I'm gonna do the same thing with this side because it's gonna fade into red. And then I'm gonna get lighter and lighter. And I'm gonna put some at the top here, which I'm gonna put some red too. Okay, so now you can get out your yellow. We're gonna color the yellow all in here. You can go over the whole thing with yellow. It'll get in any of those white spots you don't want. I'll even go over this little bit of yellow and then we're gonna get some red. So go in there. Oh, also with the yellow, I just went lightly around where its white neck is, just to give it a little bit of color in there. Just a little. Okay, now you can get out your red. So I also found out that they have very small wings. And so, yeah, they've got a great beak and all that, but they can't fly very far because their wings are so small. But they don't seem to mind because they've got an awesome beak. I mean, they are one of the prettiest birds out there, that's for sure. And the very top, let's get some red up here. Yes. And then we can blend that in a little bit. We might add a little orange, but we might just leave it like that. That looks awesome. Okay, so now we're just going to take our black and we're gonna color harder at the base here, and as you go up, you can get a little lighter. And this is going to be black here. This is black. Uh-oh. Blow some of my little fragments. And his body's black. Now I'm gonna go press harder around the edges and at the bottom, and then as I come up, I'm gonna make it go lighter. Okay, we're gonna go okay, good job. And I'm gonna make it a little darker right down here by the branch. Okay. We are almost done with our bird. Super job. Okay, so for the leaves, I'm going to get my regular green. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a line down the middle, and I'm going to color one side really hard. Color it dark on one side. And the other side, I'm going to outline it. Let's outline it. This is what I did. And then this side, I'm just going to press lighter. So you can do that like on some of them. So I'm gonna make this one the same. So one side darker, and then go around the outside here, and then make this one lighter. And let's do this one. It doesn't matter which side that you pick, you would like it to be darker and lighter. We're just doing them random. But I think with all the different greens and colors, that's fun. So we're gonna come over here. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna make this darker. And I go around the outside here. Lighter. And then all these little punchkins, I'm just gonna go dark. This one goes all dark. And we'll make this one dark. And we'll go around the outside here. And let's see what else. Okay, so up here, oh, we'll make this one darker. I think I am actually going to run out of, I might actually only do half of the page so you guys can see how I did it, and then you guys can do the other half, okay? Because this is gonna take us a while. But I can show you half. Okay, now let's go in with our light. This is the yellow green. And then now you're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna press down harder on one side and go around the outside and then press it lighter. And this one, same thing. Pick a side to press harder. And then this side will go around the outside and then press it lighter. Down here. Okay, super job. So we will you guys can finish that side, but let's show you how to do this side. Let's take this is the light brown, and we're gonna go on the bark. I want you to go hard around the outside like this. And then on the inside, you can make it go a little lighter. Okay, and what I did is I went in and I just made looks like some branches in the back. So it doesn't matter where you make the branches, just make some branches going through. So it kind of gives the background a lot of like texture and something to look at. You can make a branch coming up here. I might make a branch coming out here. Make a branch coming down here. But when we all fill it in, it's gonna look good. You keep that going. You can make a branch going down. Okay, so you can do that all over if you want. And now for the background, I'm gonna take my, ooh, do I not have it? Oh, I do. Okay, this is the jade green, my favorite green. And you're gonna press hard on the outside. And as you come in, you're just gonna go lighter. You can go over the brown, it's okay. Okay, so you go hard on the edges, and as you come in, go lighter. Hard on the edge. Edge here. Okay, we're gonna go all the way into the toucan, so you just wanna keep it going, keep it going. You might wanna take a break. If your hands get too tired, that's okay. You can always come back to it, but I think you're gonna be happily rewarded and happy at the end when you're like, yes, I did it, I did it, I did it. Okay, I think that's awesome. So what I did is now I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna make some like darker spots. See how I just went in there? And it just makes it look like the background's a little blurrier or faded out, but you can tell there's different darks and lights. I'm just gonna come in here and make some darks and lights. Oh, I want to do darker up here and then come in lighter, okay? So you can come in and just do different dark and light spots like this. And the very last thing I did, you don't have to, but I actually put a little black around the outside. And then what I did, you don't have to, but I used yellow, and then I went around the toucan just a little bit. I went all in the background yellow just to warm it up a little. You don't have to add yellow, but I did. So I went over all of it just in a little yellow. Okay, so then take my black, and I am gonna go just around the edge just a little bit. I might even go over all of it. Just, it looks like it's kind of like a picture or a border. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so if you can tell, that part is done. That part is not done, but I want you to continue on and make all the rest of it, finish it off. And gosh, can we think of a fun joke? I don't know. Peace out.